At J Gatsby for Real by Millie Sheep. Rated for teen and up audiences with no archive warnings. Additional tags for crack, fluff and crack, attempt at humor, mild language, no plot/plotless, YouTube, social media, everyone loves Jason Todd, based on a Tumblr post, and self-confidence issues. Summary. Jason gets recommended a book. He doesn't like the book. He decides to take out his frustration on the internet. The internet decides he's hot, and they like what he's doing. Pretty much just Jason becoming internet famous. Gatsby Reviews, November 9th. The video begins, and a man is in front of the camera and seemingly adjusts it, before slowly backing up and taking a seat on the stool behind him. He's wearing a hoodie with the hood up, and a black mask covering his face. His green eyes are focused on the camera. They look tired and exasperated as he begins to speak. I'm never taking recommendations again. He pauses and inches at his mask. I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Jay. I read. Anyway, I enjoy romance books, and someone recommended this to me. I am not currently speaking to him, because what the hell was that? Tone deaf is the first word that comes to my goddamn mind. And don't make a character a poet if you don't know how to write it. Poetry is not just fancy words. He folds his arms and seems to think a moment. But I'll get more into that later. But this isn't the worst thing in the world. It's technically fine. Good, even. But that doesn't make it a good story, especially not a good romance. Romance lives and dies on its characters, and you can't and shouldn't rely on the plot alone. 20 comments. At Too Cute Coward. Bruh, why is he talking like he's pissed off even when he's complimenting it? He sounds mad about it. At Analog Artifacts. I think this guy is just a hater. At Sparkle Matrix XOX. You know, I'm actually kinda happy with this review. I enjoy Hoover's books, and I feel they get a lot of hate because it's popular. I actually get his points though, so I don't think he's just hating. At Pixel Poetry. He's high-key right about the poetry, man. I'm also kind of sick of novels just using poet/writer characters, and then their poetry is shit, lol. At Palm Shift. Dude, can you see the scar on his eyebrow? No wonder why he's pissed about the scars. At Like It, Lurk It. Why he's so hot, though? Gatsby Reviews, Pride and Prejudice. Video begins, and Jay is sitting hunched over, arms resting on his thighs. With his hood up, it's hard to see his face, but a deep sigh is heard. After a second, he lifts his head. His expression is mildly annoyed, despite how covered up his face is. It kind of occurred to me, some romance readers out there might not fully understand what makes a good romance. Jay sits up, revealing a book in his lap, which he grabs and presents to the camera. So we're gonna start with the basics. Jane Austen. What makes the romance in Pride and Prejudice is the characters. We know who Elizabeth is. She is smart, beautiful, but flawed. In her pride and her prejudice. It's more than just a romance, too. It's a social commentary on class and relationships. Not every romance has to be a deep social commentary, but a good one will make an effort to be self-aware that relationships and the dynamics between people that have implications for how we interact with our society. 100 comments. At Too Cute Coward. Okay, but he still sounds so mad, LMAO. At Retro Plus. My man is acting like he's Austen's lawyer. She's dead, dude. At Like It, Lurk It. Damn, BB, look at them thighs. For real could crush a watermelon with them monsters. At Like It, Lurk It. Wait, I'm definitely here for the books. At Sir Wolf of Legend. Okay, but I have a report on Austen due in like 5 hours. Why does some fucking rando with a 10+ sub channel make me finally understand it? At Cosmo Vibe. I wonder if he'll actually talk about Great Gatsby, or if that's just, like, his name. At J Gatsby for real. What are you talking about? This is just my name. At Cosmo Vibe. You were for real? You've never heard of the Great Gatsby? Like the 1925 novel by F. Scoot Fitzgerald? At J Gatsby for real. Should I? At Cosmo Vibe. Yes! What's the for real then? At J Gatsby for real. Because I'm the real J Gatsby? At No Filter. No way, mans has to be trolling. At Retro Rainbow. Okay, but can you talk about Romeo and Juliet? I do not get what my AP teacher is obsessed with. Gatsby reviews. Romeo and Juliet. Jay is rubbing his temples as the video begins. He's sitting at a stool, but next to him is a small table with a book. His set seems to have been more carefully arranged now. It is still very plain, with only an exposed brick wall behind him. But there seems to be a plant just off to the side, and a bookshelf just out of frame. I'm not gonna make a habit of doing requests. He looks up and seems to glare at the camera, but then picks up the book on the table next to him. But y'all need to stop calling this a romance. It's a tragedy about young love. Early classifications of his work broke Shakespeare's work into comedies, histories, and tragedies. Later works were classified as romances, but most people in academic circles still call them tragic comedies. This is all to say, while Shakespeare deals with themes of love, his work isn't necessarily romantic, or really about romance. In this case, Romeo and Juliet's love is more about how it goes against their family. The play is a warning against holding grudges and fighting, especially pointless fighting. Because at the end, there isn't really much hope for the Capulets or Montagues, but the direct descendants/heirs are dead. But while it's love that leads Romeo and Juliet to their end, it never really condenses it. But it also doesn't pretend that it is deep and meaningful love. It's young and stupid love. So it's easy to see why people think it is a romance. The idea of fighting for love against all odds is romantic, but 234 comments. At SDFFI223. Where was this when I was in high school? At Neon Wave Runner. I have a request. Can you do Frankenstein? I have an essay due in a few weeks. At Grizzly Kiwi. Man opened with, I'm not gonna make a habit of doing requests. At Neon Wave Runner. Yeah, well, his first video was him saying, I'm not doing recommendations, so clearly he's weak. At Like It Lurk It. Being able to keep plants alive is so hot. At Chime Chill. Can you actually shut the fuck up? Gatsby reviews. Frankenstein. So listen the fuck up. Jay is up close to the camera, holding his copy of Frankenstein to the camera. It's a nice leather-bound copy with gold designs on the cover and gilded pages. I'm not doing this because it was requested, okay? But because Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus, is amazing. Slowly he backs away, eventually taking a seat on his stool. He sets the leather-bound copy of Frankenstein down on his side table and picks up a worn-looking paperback copy. It's a copy that seems to be personally annotated, as post-it notes and tabs are sticking out from between its pages. I have a shit ton to say about this book, particularly the feminization of Victor and the creation of a female monster. Because that's right, asshole. It's feminist literature. Despite how the novel doesn't really have many female characters, it's that absence of them, but the lingering presence of femininity that creates Shelley's feminist themes. Because obviously Victor doesn't get pregnant in this, but he is trying to create life. 324 comments. At Neon Wave Runner. Thank you. At Sniperill. Dude is saving me right now. At Like It Lurk It. Okay, but why does he make it sound like the monster was hot? At Sif Wolf of Legend. Thank you, this really helped with my essay. At 808 Sunset. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for everything bad I've ever said about Mary Shelley. I didn't know you were like that, girl. At Wizart. Man is single-handedly saving our high schoolers. At Too Cute Coward. This is the first time he sounded not mad for the whole thing. But why was he so sad for the monster, BB? Okay, Jason wasn't blaming anyone for making the review channel a thing. It happened because that book Roy recommended annoyed him so much, and his hands had been hurting that night, so he made a video and posted it. People need to know that that's not how you do a good romance book. But then people commented saying that maybe he just didn't like romance, and well, they gave him the chance to talk about Austen. Honestly, it was their fault. As for the Gatsby joke, well, it was a joke, and it wasn't like he could actually tell people that his name was Jason Todd, the newly not dead son of Bruce Wayne. Well, actually, he did have a fake ID with J. Gatsby on it. But he never really had the courage to use it. He just liked having it, and honestly, he probably should read Gatsby again. He had related a lot to Gatsby when he had read it in high school. He wondered how he'd feel now. Regardless, he was already at 100 subscribers, somehow, and he liked making videos talking about books. It was a bit weird because, well, Alfred Babs, and a bit of Dick, but Jason didn't listen to that hypocrite, and even Talia had been telling him to take more breaks, to relax and work on this not related to vigilantism. Reading was his hobby, but he struggled trying to put in the time to read. It always felt like something more important needed to be done, but he didn't really have that issue when he started the channel. It took up a lot of time, yeah? Writing the scripts, filming, and then editing the video into something nice was relaxing. Something in his brain had switched, so reading and making videos wasn't just a hobby now. It was important, and people were listening to him. He was helping people. And he'd even had a few good discussions with people about books. So he kept at it, ignoring the handful of people who kept talking about his thighs for some reason. At J. Gatsby for Real posted a picture. The image is of a hand, strong but rough-looking, holding a book. The book is a collector's hardback of Wuthering Heights, with silver detailing on the front of the woman and castle. Behind that hand, a small end table with a mug seemingly steaming with tea. At J. Gatsby for Real. I don't think I'll make a full video, but I do love this book. This sounds pretentious, I think, but I get Heathcliff. I think everyone has moments of being the hero and villain within their own stories and others. I honestly don't think that he and Catherine would have been happy together if they had ended up together, because their flaws weren't in their feelings. It was in how they acted upon them, and that they wouldn't have changed if they had ended up together. 15 comments. At Like It Lurk It. He has Instagram. Fuck yeah! At Surf Wolf of Legend. Dude, you need to chill out. I swear I see you thirsting in every comment section of Jay's. At Like It Lurk It. Don't pretend you're not thinking it too. You ain't slick. You can't keep having essays about Jay's topics. Don't be lying, little bro. At Velvet404. LMAO called out. In a short vertical video, Jay is in his dark hood, and in a pair of sunglasses, waves at the camera before flipping the camera around to show a bookstore. It's small, with only an open sign on the door and a folding sidewalk sign out on the street to market. It was tightly packed between two larger buildings, all of which looked old. Then, the camera flipped back to Jay as he walked through the bookshop door, giving a thumbs up as the little bell rings. J. Gatsby for Real. I guess I made an account on here. I have no idea how this app works. But I mean, if you're in Gotham, definitely check out this bookstore. It's in the Narrows. But a real treat if you collect. I swear Pat can get you anything. Hashtag book talk. Is that right? Oh, and check out my YouTube, I guess. 398 likes. 20 comments. Software vibe. Where is that at like it, lurk it guy. LMAO. I just checked his YouTube, and the book talk girlies are gonna eat this man alive. LMAO. Pelicanon. I already knew this man was in New Jersey by his accent, but man's is a Gothamite. Orange U. I'm gen excited for short vids from Jay. He actually does different stuff between all his socials. It's really nice. Surfwolf. Oh no, he's hot! Lee, like it, lurk it guy. I see you, Cotton 4K! Surfwolf. More like it, lust it guy. Lee, like it, lust it guy. Damn right! Look at that scar though. Man is sexy. Megapie. Okay, but like, why is no one talking about how Jay barely fit through that door? How tall is dude? In a vertical video, Jay looks into the camera in his typical hoodie and mask. That comment by Megapie is on the screen. The scene changes, showing Jay going around his house collecting books. It's amazing how many books he has. Then the camera is put a distance away so that Jay's full body is shown. He begins building a tower of books until the books reach his height. He stands in his gray sweatpants and in a black hoodie and the mask next to the tower of books for a solid few seconds before he reaches his hand out and pushes the tower over. Jay Gatsby for real. I'm taller than my brother. That's all that matters. 12k likes. 150 comments. Lee, like it, lust it guy. Where is that one dude? The one who could figure out heights in weird ways. Asynth. I know this man is a little brother because of that comment is little brother behavior. Classic. Honestly, him pushing a pile of books over is so real. Dalek. That push must have felt so good, lol. r/book reviews. At like it, lust it guy. Why Jay Gatsby for real? Gatsby reviews is hot, and why you should watch him. Look, I honestly did start watching this guy because I was interested in his hour-long review on November 9th. I'm a Hoover hater. I'll be real about that. I will watch pretty much any critic on her books while I'm eating Kraft mac and cheese dinner. But then I see that scar and those delicious thighs, and people really be acting like I'm crazy. Or that I just like him because he's in a mask. But we've seen his lower face now, and I'm going to detail why he's hot, so you all can get off my dick and go watch this very talented and handsome man. First off, if scars are a turn-off for you, you are weak and don't deserve a godlike being like Jay Gatsby. Second, he clearly works out. Even though every video of his shows him in a sweatshirt and sweats, you can notice in his TikToks, he shows his bare arms, and those are logs. My good sirs, ma'ams, and thems, please look at exhibits 1 and 2. It is also in these examples that we start to see Jay's full build. Now look at exhibit 3. A photo of Laocoon and Sons. Now compare exhibits 3 with 1 and 2, and now 4. It does look like he's got muscles, but we also have Jay's full body from that one TikTok about how tall he is. Here is exhibit 5. Are you starting to see it? This man is literally built like a Greek statue. And yes, I'm a tyte. That's my bias. But objectively, Jay has an amazingly beautiful build. Now, let's talk about the face cards. Here is where I have trouble defending myself a little, because we never get a full and clear picture of his face. But we have seen he does have a pretty nice jawline here in Exhibit 6. We can also see in Exhibit 7 that man has the brightest green eyes. They are drop-dead gorgeous. Like someone put pure green emeralds in his eye sockets. Yes, he seems to have quite a few scars, the main one going from his forehead to his lip, but also the one around his neck. These help create a moe gap, which is the real kicker here. Jay is built like a Greek god with scars and wears leather jackets and sweats, yet he loves books and talks about literature. He genuinely has passion for romance and love. He is also a feminist. I genuinely enjoyed his Pride and Prejudice review, and it made me think more about feminism, like its lack within the romance genre. He is genuinely smart and cares about these things, making it an adorable contrast with his tough guy exterior. And to top it all off, someone did the math, as you can see in Exhibit 8. Jay Gatsby for real is 6 feet 3 inches, 190 in non-freedom units. He is tall and muscular and could probably beat me to a pulp. Yet so kind and so sweet, and that's so hot. I will have to dock points because he's from Gotham. The New Jersey accent is kinda cute though, adds to the Moe gap a bit, and I also feel like it's forgivable. User / Surfwolf of Legend. Excellent point. User / Like It Lust It. Thank you. User / Ottermite It. He's not gonna fuck either of you. User / Subtitle Hobbit. Okay, I see your point, OP. But what the fuck's a Moe gap? User / Cold Yeti. Anime for tough on the outside but cute on the inside. And yeah, having seen Jay's stuff, he's 100% got a Moe gap. And I've spent the last 90% dying about it. User / Synth Dream. Okay, I was like, what the hell is this doing here? But now I actually went and watched his review. They are right, his reviews are actually really fun and informative. I wish he had some more contemporary reviews, but damn. And he really is some eye candy once you get past the hoodie. User / Elephantum. Why is there a Reddit post of my favorite book talk person and why he is hot? User / Like It Lust It. Because he is, and I'm tired of people telling me I'm crazy for saying he is. User / Greenlight Artist. Oh my fucking god. User / Lo-Fi Echo. OP, what have you done? I just got 3 back-to-back TikTok edits of this guy. And there's some book talk Stitch thirsting him? User / Like It Lust It. You have seen the light. Jason really didn't pay attention to his subscriber account. Or really the comments. He vaguely scrolled, looking for book titles, or sometimes people asking for help on homework and stuff. He liked doing that. He liked the comments saying he really helped them understand the book. But the sub count didn't really matter to him. He didn't do this to get followers or anything. It was all just good fun. But then he got an email from YouTube asking where to send his Creator Award. Creator Award? What the fuck was that? It was only then that he looked at his sub count. 100,000. He blinked and looked at the number again. Yep, that was real. Over 100,000 people had subscribed to his shitty little YouTube channel. Okay, that was something. He went back to the email and decided to put off responding until he figured out what the hell was happening. What he didn't expect was the rabbit hole that had somehow formed around him. A good chunk of stuff was people actually enjoying his content and finding his input helpful. All that he knew. A larger chunk was people thirsting after him, and that was how it exploded the way it did. Which, Jason really didn't know how to deal with it. One of the last people he flirted at him, he'd ended up telling her he was going to a funeral to try and get her to stop. He'd never really been one for all the non-book flirting and romance stuff, and he knew how he looked, and knew he wasn't going to be winning any beauty pageants anytime soon. So the whole thing was confusing. Then again, he'd grown up about Bruce and Dick being his standard for male beauty. Okay, and that was $1 billion skincare routine. So maybe the standard was different than he thought. He honestly had no clue. He spent the next hour trying to find the start of this whole mess. Well, it was a stupid hype video. Jason had done it on a whim because it seemed funny at the time. Cleaning up his books had been a hassle, though, and Damien had almost got him halfway through restacking his books. But Jason played it off as reorganizing. Well, from there, someone had actually gone and mathed out his height based on his East Press first edition of The Count of Monte Cristo. Which, first of all, was wild. Second, he actually went back and measured himself again because he remembered the first time he'd measured himself, he had just hit 6 foot. But apparently, their math said 6'3". Well, 6'2" and change. So close enough. Third, he was actually surprised that no one noticed his copy of The Great Gatsby in the background of that video. It was strange, all of the attention. Especially the attention on his looks. But it kind of made Jason feel good. Again, it was a house of bruises and dicks. And Jason had felt average at best. If he was honest with himself, he felt ugly most days, in the looks department. His personality definitely didn't help anything. But now there were thousands of people who'd never seen his full face calling him attractive. Weird. He sighed, closing his laptop, deciding to put the whole thing out of his mind. The channel was a hobby. For fun. The new popularity really didn't change much. But before the laptop was closed, the email flashed in his mind. Maybe he should say thank you. Gatsby reviews. 100,000 subscribers. Thank you. The video starts, and Jay is sitting on his stool, but in a red t-shirt, black sweats, with a Gotham Knights baseball cap and his mask. He nervously rubs his arm. Okay, so, first things first, I didn't even notice that we hit this milestone until YouTube emailed me about this. From the table next to him, he picked up the silver play button. I'm not really an internet guy, so I didn't even think this was a thing, but thank you. Honestly, this does mean a lot to me, because I don't have a lot of friends who are as passionate about books as I am. And this really just started as a place to ramble about that one book my friend did recommend to me, which I'm not doing again, honestly. Roy, if you find this, never recommend me a book ever again. Waylon, though, has great recommendations. Anyway, I really am happy that I've helped so many people with their essays. Got so many to talk about books, and I'm glad you all seem to enjoy my talking about books. There's a pause, and he adjusts in his seat. I guess I should also say thank you for the boost in confidence. You're all so weird, but thanks, I guess. There's one final thing I feel I should admit to you all. Jay approaches the camera, staring dead at it. Green eyes sparkling. There's movement under his mask, like he's smiling. I still haven't read The Great Gatsby. 3,457 comments. At Like It Lust It. I was right. Look at those arms. He's being so sweet. You have always been hot. People were just blind. At Too Cute Coward. Why do I feel like a proud mama? My son has grown up. At Artist KRGL. Congrats, man. At Snowmantis. That's so sweet. Did he not realize he's handsome? At Surfwolf Legend. Jay, I'm so sorry, you're so pretty. The edits got me for real. At Like It Lust It. Check your TikTok, I just sent you something. At Surfwolf Legend. Thank you for the food. At Sniper Ill. He legit didn't know? Dude is so smart. And makes so many videos. Like, what? He's just out there making lit videos for thousands of people and he didn't realize he had a following? At 8-Bit Babe. I will kill for this man. At Wolverine. Why is no one talking about how he had Gatsby on his table? At Armadillo. SOS. Can you please do the Anything by Hemingway? I do not get it. Damien did not really like school. It was fine, but tedious was probably the best word for it. Just something he needed to do. He wasn't super excited about interacting with his peers, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Ugh, I hate English. One girl, Kimmy, groaned in Damien's English class, and the art club groaned. Another, why do we read these old books anyway? Have you tried watching Jay's channel? Another girl, Tilly, who was also in the art club, asked. They had actually just finished with their club meeting, and Damien had walked with the girls out of the club room to the school pickup area. He hadn't really been paying attention to their conversation, but the name caught his attention. Jay? Damien spoke up. Yeah! Tilly smiled and pulled out her phone. She opened a YouTube channel. Not a very fancy one, but still with quite a few subscribers. He does book reviews and stuff, mostly romance, but he also does a lot of classical stuff. And his analyses are super helpful. Damien peers at the small screen as the video played. He instantly recognized the voice. The figure in the video clearly showed his brother Jason. He was hidden pretty well, that Damien was sure that if you didn't know Jason, you wouldn't recognize him. But it was a bit surprising to see Jason so animated and popular. He's got such a big following. Kimmy grabbed the phone. Oh, and he's a hunk! Damien cringed a little, especially as Tilly excitedly nodded. Yeah, he's actually really sweet, too. He does all the book stuff as a hobby, so he's super humble. If not a little infrequent when posting. But he already has a video on Romeo and Juliet, so that might help your report. That's great. Hey, Damien, do you want to hang out with us and watch it to get ready for the essay? I'm good. He held up his hand. He'd just get help from the source. Author notes. I forgot to mention, just imagine this is a no Elon / Zuckerberg / cartoonishly evil corporations controlled social media world. Anyway, I hope you liked all the funny little... I hope you all liked this funny little romp. I had a good time writing it. If you do have any issues with the formatting being weird, do let me know. Some of the grammar, though, is purposely off. I did try to keep it readable, and I will try to fix it. But yeah, thanks for reading. Reader notes. I am willing to bet that some of the usernames were supposed to say different things that I didn't read, because I'm bad at reading. Yeah. I'm just saying, like it, lurk it, so real, actually. I, at least once a week, lament about Jason Todd's thighs. This is so correct. Like it, lurk it has never said anything wrong in their entire life. The book is a collector's